Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat petang. Terima kasih kerana menghadiri program HFEM pada hari ini. Pada hari ini kita akan ada live talk with HFEJ, Ergonomic in Product Design bersama dengan panel kita TS Norashiken Othman dan juga moderator kita Dr. Ummi Nazahiah Abdullah. Okay, tanpa melengahkan masa, saya dengan ini menjemput moderator kita dan juga panel kita Dr. Ummi terlebih dahulu untuk memulakan sesi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Boleh nampak saya ke? Everybody here, can you hear me and see me?
Okay, clear Doktor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for the response. Alright. So now actually today is the second live talk of FEJ in collaboration with MJER and also from University of Malaysia Perlis. Then so today we have a very pretty expert, very good looking and very rare person in ergonomics and also in engineering world. Normally our engineering world is dominated by men, but today we are presenting a beautiful lady for you to attract you listening to our talk today. So who is she? All right. So before she presenting herself with her title today, so let me introduce briefly about her, and maybe after this she will add some more information for the listeners today. All right. So today we have technologist Norashiken Othman, which is currently a university lecturer in Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Technology in University Malaysia Perlis. With her education background is a Bachelor of Design in the Industrial Design from University Putra Malaysia. And after that, she continued her study in upper level in Master of Science, Innovation and Engineering Design, also in University Putra Malaysia. And currently, she doing again her PhD in Cognitive Ergonomics in University Putra Malaysia also. And her PhD title is Conceptual Development of a theoretical model for assessing and improving flight operator performance using aromatherapy. Haha, nice. Inhaler sense. So her current research interest lies in field of industrial product design development, human-machine interaction, wow, ergonomic intervention, cognitive ergonomics, which is very rare. We talk about the cognitive and the mental and emotion things in ergonomics, and impact towards user-centered in product design, innovation, and engineering. So now our technologist Norashiken also currently active as Chief of Special Interest Group, Human Factors Engineering and Ergonomics Malaysia in a Product Design Special Group, and also a member in Malaysian Board of Technologies, MBOT, and also a member in Malaysian Design Council, MRAM. Wow, nice. And also she is now currently active as a member in Malaysian Society for Occupational Safety and Health, which is Malaysian OSH. We call it Malaysian OSH. Right. So this afternoon, our technologist Norashiken will share with us her knowledge, experiences, and expertise in implementing the ergonomics in product design. So without further ado, I leave this platform to technologist Nora for her sharing session. Silakan, technologist Nora.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. So Nice to see you today in this session. So I'll start sharing my presentation slideshow. Okay, can everyone hear my voice clearly?
Boleh.
Right.
All right, Ummi can continue.
And the slideshow can be seen, right? All right, no. For today's topic, we'll discuss about product design in human factors and ergonomics. So my name is Norashiken Othman. You can just call me Puan Nora, okay? Like call me Puan Nora. If any question, do not hesitate to interrupt me and ask any question if you need, and the moderator will help me to improvise the session. All right, currently I'm doing my PhD in University Malaysia Perlis in cognitive ergonomics towards a pilot application on behavior and performance. And I am also a lecturer in University Malaysia Perlis. So we are also welcoming new postgrad and undergrad student, which is interested in this literature field. All right, so not to talk much, so we go for the next slide. So we are going to talk about human factors ergonomics basically, but I'm going to in-depth about some interesting issues related in product design. Okay, next we are going to talk about how HFE and product design are interrelated, and how the HFE embedded in designing product currently, which we implied in current program RY57, sorry, in UNIMAP. And I will talk about, I'm sharing about my current research work also, right? So when we talk about human factors ergonomics and what we'll call is HFE. So previously, ergonomics is known as human factors, and recently has been changed to human factors ergonomics, what's so-called HFE. All right. So as a definition about HFE, so when we talk about designing a product, so we have an interaction within human and product, right? So the product and human interacts in considering the information about human behavior, the abilities of the human using the product, and the characteristic of the user and their physical limits. And that also define to ensure that the final product can be effectively utilized by the end of user without accessing their limit capabilities. And also HFE also play a big role in optimizing efficiency, health, safety, and comfort of people through a better design. And the hottest issue is it's fitting the job to the man, right? Rather than fitting the man to the job. So that is some definition for HFE introduction in product design. Okay, can you see the slide moving? Were there any problem with the slide? Can everybody see the slide moving?
Yes.
All right, okay. So I'm worrying about the internet connection. If you don't see the slide moving, please let me know. All right, so the next important chapter we're going to talk is why HFE is important in designing a product. All right, so the current issue is to improve productivity and to improve the safety, improve comfort to the user, improve user satisfaction using the product, and to decrease errors, to reduce fatigue, and to reduce the learning curve. So these are all important factors to meet a user needs and requirement. And lastly, we are going to achieve the goal on positive perception of designing a product. So current issues related to product design is most of the product sometimes doesn't meet the user requirement. They can be function, they can be used, but some of the features, some of the shape, structure, or some of the function also are not quite satisfied a user, right? So this entails some problems whereby we have humans that are flexible and adaptable, okay, with the product, right? There's a big people, small people, tall people, and short people. So it's quite challenging for us to design a product that can be suited for everybody needs. And then there are also a large individual difference each others, and obvious difference with physical size and strength, and non-obvious difference such as culture, styles, and skills, which is different for each countries and some cultures, right? And there's examples like how putting toilet paper on the left or using the right hand while cleaning, and the different about the style and skills with Malaysian and Korean. So there's a lot issue that that should be considered in designing a product to be commercialized and being accepted for a certain population, right? So that's why we have the difference of age, right? The difference of population, size, and etc. And so if I can conclude in a diagram of this, how the human factors and ergonomics connected to the human is we have a man and machine, and in the middle here is where the HFE implies, right? And we have the human here, right? And the machine that we're going to design in the middle of it. And we need to interact each others. So that is the very real challenge whereby we have to get a good information from the user about the function and the features that user need to increase a good design that meets user requirements. All right, so I can conclude this is the most important issues that I'm going to discuss today about how user-centered design implemented in this HFE. So currently, the ergonomics within three big subchapters, which is physical HFE, which include of psychological and cognitive human factor ergonomics, which include psychological, and organizational HFE, which include the environmentals of using the product and the user and the product. So on top of that is the meat, the gaps, what we call the center of three topics that need to meet the requirement of the user. So the UCD in user-centered design in product design engineering technology was here in the middle of three big ergonomics human factors topics. But I'm going to discuss of what happened in the middle of correlation of physical and cognitive ergonomics, where the human factors issues appear here in human performance. That's why you can see many current research about human factors, about biomechanics, right? Human performance such as error rate, strength, endurance, some about operating environment, which include temperature, vibration, noise, and jet lag. Some of the research studies about sensory stimuli of visual, smell, touch, taste, and tactile. So this is the interconnection of cognitive and physical ergonomics, where human performance was measured in the middle of the two human factors intercorrelation. So the next is human dimension. So this is where the anthropometry was being discussed about body dimension, how the human work with the products, right? Using what anthropometry is data, which data should be used, right? And how to measure for certain population that needs certain body dimensions that are different within the population, and also about some work envelope issue like to reach for OKU, for example, disabled people, and the vision access testing, for example, kitchen cabinet design. So the population type also has some difference, and some of the human dimension that also can be measured here is protective equipment that being wear by the intercollection of physical and the environment organizational HFE. And the next is about human behavior, where it measures about behavioral human behavior, which some of the example is their habit, how their stress, how they react to the danger, what is their emotion, and what is your group dynamic interaction of behavior towards the products, right? And the next is about information processing, how the decision making being made, learning ability, perception, cultural, and environmental. So I was interested in this human behavior for the new a new topic arise currently, and I was doing the my PhD in information processing on decision making and human performance on calculating pilot error rate when they are having high mental workload. So there is interconnection to design the cockpit that is can improve their performance, the pilot performance, and can improve the pilot decision making. So this is where my topic research is intercorrelate, right? All right. Okay. So we are going to discuss in deeper about human dimension. So I'm not going to discuss more about cognitive ergonomic or ergonomic, physical ergonomics, and organizational ergonomics, because you can search about those three major subchapter in the books, from the books, and you can download some journals. But I'm going to discuss more about how the intercorrelation within the three big topics. So in human dimension, usually when you are designing a product, right, you should able to identify correct anthropometry data that should be used for the product, okay, which anthropometry size, that population that you are going to use for your reference in designing the product. So it's very challenging, where we have adequate attention to nature of physical dimension of humans, which is very different within each other. and how we're going to cater which one is suitable for this person in designing the product for them. Right, so we have here the tallest man in the world, which is 9 inches tall. And we also have here the shortest man in the world with 57 cm height. And if we are going to ask in designing a product such as apparel for these people, so it's quite challenging in fitting the needs of both men here, which have a very different size and height. So this is where human anthropometry dimension is very applicable to be identified and analyzed which one is suitable for the certain population. And no such thing, if you are studying in human factors engineering, no such thing. Every single design are fitting to everyone. And there is certain cases where you have to study the certain population and they have a very specific dimension anthropometry that shall be appropriate for the specific population. So which one to use, which one to be select for implement or apply in your product design. So are you going to design for adjustability? For example, you're going to design a chair. So both chair, one chair can be used by both these people. So which suitable height? The chair need to be adjusted for the certain measurement, maximum height and minimum height, or you are going to choose the anthropometry for designing for all, or you are going to choose the method of design for average people or certain population, or you are going to design for specific population. So those are some choices that particularly have to be analyzed within decision on designing a certain product for the specific population. All right, so I can share some examples of the products. Right, so we have here a shower. Right, this is the typical or common shower in the market. And when you are studying human factors and ergonomics, you should be able to apply anthropometry positioning into the product. Why? This is kind of designing for everyone that can be used, and it is adjustability. So design for adjustability is being implemented in this improvement or ergonomics intervention to be the output the product is good. Just embed to the common shower, embedded the external hands tools, and it can be used for everyone. And it is also can be adjusted for certain height, depend on the user. So this is kind of good intervention in product design, which implies for the application of anthropometry, right? So we can also see the next example. We have here the gardening tools and how ergonomics or human factors ergonomics being analyzed about the human hand grip, and such hand tools can be used by many people. So this is kind of the analysis of design for all. So the grip, the handle itself can be used by most of the users, right? So the output is something like this. So it also enhanced hand and wrist to be in natural position to improve human comfort while using the product. So this is kind of the good implementation of anthropometry into the product. So that's why human factors ergonomics is very important to be implemented in designing products. All right. So next, I'm going to discuss about human performance. So this is the physical ability of the operator, which required the range of movement, type of movement, and it's also measure the speed of the movement, the error rate of the operator, the duration of the activities, the position of the operators, and the environmental condition of the operators. So some people's different each other, whereby if ergonomics being implied in everyday activities, it helps to improve the physical ability. So when this man is not capable to drag the certain weight is here, and it is too hard for him to drag the object. So when you do some ergonomic intervention to imply some rod here that can be used as the platform or the medium to change to work the object, right? To drag the object easily. So this is where the intervention of ergonomics reduce the human workload to drag the object, right? So in increasing human performance also, the environment of the cockpit, for example, in the flight cockpit is being enhanced, whereby the previous cockpit design have too many multimeter, altimeter, gyrometer to be monitored by the pilot and make the pilot confused which one is having the error, and giving the alert which one to be settled off. So currently, when human factors embedded in the cockpit design system, so the system has been improved. So this is the main monitoring system that shall be monitored by a pilot, whereby and the others are the secondary monitoring workload, right? So this is some of the HFE implementation in designing workspace for the pilot, right? So this is the topic that we're going to discuss about human behavior, where the factors dealing with human cells and the sense involved the neurological, muscular, respiration, vascular, and sensory system, and will group into the response to various stimuli input. So in a human brain, we are dealing with some stimuli, right? 5 stimuli, which is tactiles, the sense of touch, kinesthetics, where it detects a body position, right? Smell, auditory, or we also call auditory is hearing. You can also use terms of hearing, and taste and visual. So this is 5 stimuli which improvise human information processing, right? So this is how the information processing happen in human brain. So we have here human interacting with a machine, where the machine improvises a visual stimuli and the human respond with some action in the brain, where inside the brain is the process where the attention of perception and decision making happen. And also we are having here touch stimuli and touch response from the user. So in theoretical, we are implementing of the finding from Weekend models 1992, whereby humans interacts with the machine from the accepted stimuli, the sense of stimuli, and it's stored in the human brain, and the process of long-term memory and working memory happen here, and the decision-making response and perception is output from which one that successful triggered the human attention, and the human will trigger the response execution to give some response from the stimuli that given, right? So this is how the information processing in using product. So that's why every single design that has been decided to be as the product features give a very big impact towards the user. So that's why it is very important for the engineer or the designer to make a better decision which type of stimuli that you are going to embed it into the product, and that embedded stimuli such must increase the user satisfaction and needs, right? Some other examples of implementing information processing stimuli is you see the difference of the difference of the design of these two products, which is camera and a typewriter. So this is the previous design of a typewriter, the early stage, and this is the improved design of type keypad. Right, nowadays the typewriter has been changes to keypad. Right, so why is this happen? Because in designing human factors ergonomics, it improvises touch stimuli, that the design of the texture and button has been enhanced. So that's why you can see how the button design, which is hard to pinch in the early design stage, has been changes to the type of a button that can be pinched without high force. So this need a high force from your hand, so it increase your touch stimuli, and this design reduce the touch stimuli with lower force. Right, so another example is visual stimuli such as color and shape. Okay, so previously we cannot see the picture in the digital. This is the digital camera, but when we're using the film in previous design of camera, we cannot see the positioning, the color of the environment of the picture that we're going to taken. So in using a visual stimuli enhancement into the product, it increase the user friendly and in enhancing the product features also. So users are being more comfortable and more satisfied in using the product. And same also with the visual stimuli in color. So the red color rise more compared to the black color. So you can see the red color, and that is your eye gaze focus, or before you go for another color. Right, so that's about human factors and ergonomics, a good issue that shall be improvised, and how the HFE is related in product design engineering technology. So this is the current issue. So when we designing a new product or improving a product or to innovate any product, it's quite difficult to get which certain features that that meet the user requirement, that usually will give good satisfaction to the user. At the end, actually, the user are expecting this kind of design. But when it comes to the marketing department, they define the customer explain in like this design. When it comes to the project manager to understand from the marketing department, the design appear to be like this. And then the different perception comes to the design engineer, whereby the design become like this, right? So, and the technician doing the design is totally not meet the user requirement. So the problem is communication error within those departments. Planning of product development is being failed because there are many people involved in the process, but not knowing about the real product needs, the use that can meet the user requirement. So this is what happened, and the product shall be come out on time, but it cannot be marketed or cannot be commercialized. So this is the issue. Right. For me, I was in 12 years experience in product design education. So I saw product design is the combination of industrial design and design engineering. So this is a very good merging combination that we are going to train these students with both knowledge of industrial design and design engineering to shorten the process of product development, whereby previously the both department is getting the wrong perception and output from each others. So when we have a product design engineering technologies, they knows about overall of the development process that shall be happen from the zero until the product is successfully launched. Right. So this is the conclusion of what is industrial design roles meet with a design engineering roles. So when we're talking about industrial design, their roles is more to human using functionality, whereby they're experts in consumer oriented, on creative innovation thinking skill. And this is where they applied human factors ergonomics into the design, while during the sketching or generation concept. So this is a good knowledge or a must to be embedded to the designers, where they will apply the information about human factors and ergonomics in their concept development. And they're also good in aesthetic with function and 3D CAD modeling. So this is the development process, whereby the design engineering nature role is to make the product working, right? The basic idea only can be work or function with design engineering knowledge. So the strong skill in design engineering is they are oriented with detailed design, prototype, engineering simulation and validation analysis, and to ensure the product can be functioned. So this is where product design engineering technologies implies in emerging human factors in the design. So typically, common product design development process in the industry, no, not in education. This is a practical in industry. We have common stages in concept stage, research stage, analysis stage, and development stage and launching stage. So overall of these are having a very complex communication each other to come out with a product, right? So this is where a product design engineering can be embedded into the process. So common practice, the process is being implemented into these stages. But when it comes into the practical working environment, it is too complex to identify which is the first step and where is the second step, third step, and the last step or whatsoever, because it will interconnect with each department in every stage somehow, giving back feedback and go to this department, go get some department, and so it's confusing. So some people, for example, if the engineer has set the final specification, so they have to go to the marketing to improvise the final spec, and then the project planning will be launched and get back to the marketing department for economic analysis, and then they are going to benchmark the competitive product, whether it can be launched or being commercialized or not. And then the last one, the last process of prototyping and development will come back to engineering department. So this is a very long journey for a product to be developed. And design department and engineering department has a different ideas of form follow function and function follow form issues. So interconnection and miscommunication happen here, and it's being so complicated that what are the final output, and sometimes the product are not meeting the user requirement and needs. But for me, while we're producing product development students, we can emerge both of the design department and engineering department, whereby these students are able to improvise those process precisely, and the process takes reducing the time in developing the product. So even though the marketing department is the first step in starting the mission statement of the product, and to establish the target specification will come back to the product development department. So all the process will continue for the same department, and they get the certain idea that are not getting confused each other. So this is a very good merging of knowledge that is good for the industry also. So the final communication can be improved, where the organizational ergonomics also improve here in developing the products. So what we are practicing in the tertiary level education within this 12 years I'm experiencing to teach product design student, we also improvise the student to identify the human factor related problems from consumer, and this is also can be defined from the marketing department. But the problem is not every consumer knows that is a human factors problem. So some of the information can be misinterpreted here. That's why a product design engineer also shall be trained to identify the correct problem which in related to the human factors, so that the solution can be improvised from the problem. The intervention also must be good, identified, and which parameter to be used, whether is it the size Is it the color, or is it the information processing error, or it is what is the problem about the product? So this is where the designer should identify which parameter to be enhanced, to be improved before you are doing the correct concept for the product. So next step is where you should able to implement the creative idea through the product concept generation. So this is what we are teaching here the student in University Malaysia Perlis, how they are going to conduct by identifying HFE in embedding into the product development process. So when you got and you are clear, define what is the problem, and then you can come up with the product creative idea solution. And some assessment also shall be done, whether the user is comfort with the product or not. So this is where the usability and human factors assessment shall be conducted. And also in engineering terms, the design simulation analysis also can be done in terms of human factors analysis, whereby we can use CAD software also to analyze human postural problems and what is the difference between the previous product and the current improved product. So the technology helping the designer and the engineer to improve a good product design. So this is the current practice embedded into product design. But the same issues being debated. So which is the good design? Either it's a form follow function design. This is the example of form follow function design, or the function follow form. So which is the good design that user will satisfy? So there is no specific assessment to identify this, but it's good if form and function follow the human needs and requirement. So that will make a very good output in designing product. So when we required human needs and human requirement in designing a product, we also improve a good human life being. So that's why human factors and ergonomics are very important in designing products. So I'm going to discuss about current research work that I'm doing nowadays. So this is what I've done in my PhD journey. So currently, I'm assessing a flight operator eye dilation response in correlation to mental workload by using inhaled sense of aromatherapy stimuli. So we are looking whether the inhaled aromatherapy give a good impact to the in reducing the pilot stress within the high mental workload. So this is good to reduce the stress or mental workload and helps the pilot to make a good decision making within the situation that requires high mental workload. So this is another project on cognitive ergonomics, whereby I was conducting FRGS project to assess a physical and cognitive workload in measuring autism reading performance using cognitive ergonomic assessment. So we are going to assess how these autism kids read, and maybe the output will help the autism kids and teenagers to better reading method. And another project is my PPRN project, where we are designing an automatic soap mixing machine with Fennec Global. So this is a successful machine whereby we are designing this machine from A to Z. The company doesn't have a mixing machine that can fulfill their process. So this machine has fulfilled the company requirement. Another project currently is Uniprima research, where this is a project, a mixing machine project to make a patty burger, right? But special design, custom design for the disabled people. Right, this is co-member project, glutinous mixing pop-up rice machine. Right, we also involved with biodiesel machine development. Another is chicken bone and cleaning machine for sate tulang. So this is some final year project output that I can share with you. So this is smart trowel for indoor sports court. And then this is a final year project also for mixing machine for disabled people. So you can see the final year student project has embedded the HFE knowledge and intervention into the product. Right, this is automatic machine for the disabled with DHD, with ASD. This is the improvement on ergonomics intervention for medical service, medical device. This is a catheter prop in the production line improvement. And I would like also to promote mechanical engineering, ROI 57 in product design in UNIMAP, whereby the programs offers a skill development in mechanical industrial design to fulfill the market demand. So this is the student which idea generation and creative thinking skill, and rapid prototyping and CAD/CAM simulation analysis skill. And this is a good career pathway in manufacturing, production, research, and in particular industrial-based product design and development. So this is the career path to get into the degree in M-Tone. And this is the slide, the last slide. So I finished about the chapter. So I can open for any questions from the participant. Dr. Ummi. Dr. Ummi. All right. I saw some chat asking questions. Yeah, Dr. Stephen Poon. All right, product design is about creating solution. Industrial design is about taking those solutions through manufacture to end user. So essentially, the conceptual design and development of product design is part of industrial design.
Baru je masuk tadi.
Okay. So is that a help facts, or you are going to ask question, Dr. Stephen Poo? You can open the mic. Is Dr. Stephen here? So any questions from the participant?
I have questions.
All right.
I'm curious about the cockpit yang research tu.
Okay.
Just to introduce, saya Syaziti Aman. I'm from Faculty of Cognitive Sciences. and
Okay.
Human Development dekat UNIMAP.
All
So we
right.
do have a course in cognitive ergonomics
Okay.
untuk our courses lah.
All
So
right.
I'm just wondering, like when you decided to do, the aromatherapy kan,
Yeah.
to see dia punya how dia punya reduce
Stimuli.
untuk dia punya high mental workload.
Okay.
I was just wondering, like, did you do macam because analysis before that, to see what causes the high mental workload in the first place, and
Yeah.
whether your intervention is macam appropriate gitulah.
Yeah.
Because I know like people are kind of interested in aromatherapy gitu. That is my question. Like, did you do an analysis in terms of like, because it could be whether it's like the design of the task itself, or is it the design of dia punya system ke, because cockpit kan dia banyak buttons and
Yes.
things like that kan.
Right. So that is my my research limits. So I'm in my research. I'm just studying how mental workload in human behavior intercorrelate with aromatherapy. So
Okay.
I don't specifically focusing on improving the cockpit. I'm studying intercorrelation. Does the aromatherapy give impact in reducing pilot performance? So basically, from my research results, yes, there a pattern of increasing eye dilation within high mental workload, and at the certain stage when we deliver the inhaled aromatherapy within in comparison with the normal normal task, there is a pattern in reducing of eye dilation. So
the experiment was done like in a flight simulator or
for the first session experiment, we are conducting to get the idea, is there any dilated pattern happen within high mental workload in a simulator. We have conducted the experiment at Subang Airport, Subang Jaya, and we are using the simulator for 13 pilot studies. And all right, so in second test experiment, we also test with the non-experienced pilot, but doing simulation in University of Malaysia Police, in UPM, sorry. Okay, so we conduct with non-experienced pilot also, and there is also a pattern. We found out that the dilation dilute or decrease when the aromatherapy inhale was being delivered. So that is the output of my research.
Sounds interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but some issues in using eye dilation in cockpits, because there is kita ada glare, right? We have glare. Yeah, so some of the data cannot be detected, but bila dia data tu berterusan, continuous data, so it called big data, but we can detect the average value.
I guess it depends lah kalau night flight, day flight, in terms of dia punya illumination and all kan.
Yes, that's some issue arise there, but however, I can extract some pattern in dilation within the aromatherapy and high mental workload. So we are conducting some simulation studies, pilot studies upon the pilot, the experienced pilot and non-experienced pilot. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, this is the first time for people yang dekat UNIMAS tengok ada orang lain juga buat cognitive ergonomics. It
Nice
should
to
be
see you.
interesting.
Please
be
to
interesting for us
contact
to,
me later. We can collaborate.
to collaborate on some work,
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure, for sure.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, all right, thank you.
Okay,
Any question?
thank you, Dr. Shaziti from UNIMAP, I guess. Right?
Yes, UNIMAP.
Ya, terima kasih Dr. Shaziti. Terima kasih teknologis Norashiken. Sorry, saya terkeluar tadi. Zoom dia bergurau dengan saya. Tiba-tiba je saya ditendang keluar.
Panggil-panggil tak keluar.
So, Madam Nora, we have two interesting questions from SB listeners. Okay, soalan pertama, may I ask if someone who came from Polytechnic, how much subject can we transfer credit? Nampaknya kita nanti akan ada
Muzamil.
candidate for product design, engineering and tech ni nampaknya. And what is the minimum grade if we want to transfer credit?
Good questions. Currently, in previous, is only about 20 credit hours, but it will for new coming batch. I heard the meetings can release 40 credit hours. They told me, I'm not sure. So in meeting, but depend on the need of the product design. So the CAD software, CAD skill subject, or technical drawing, or RBT. If you're from RBT, from SPM, so I think if you followed with your diploma subjects, so there is much subject can be transfer credit. So if you need more information, you can direct contact with me, email me or Dr. Ummi for the exact information.
Yeah. So kita ada second interesting question juga daripada FB listener. Does color affect a design? Yang tu pertama.
Of course, that is a visual stimuli. Color play a big role in cognitive perception and attention. So there is a different perspective with colors also that can affect human moods and emotion, right? If you are seeing the green color, you can feel very calm. Instead of you are seeing the red color, you feel angry, you feel starving. So kind of product that involve in certain environments such as restaurant, also using color that color combination which is orange, red, to make the people starve and eat more. Okay, but somehow Starbucks using green color to make the customer cozy and being in the cafe for a long time and order much more coffee. So yes, color plays a big role in designs.
Yeah, that is why we are using the green background today, because we know our listener.
Keep calm, man. Keep calm.
We want to cool our listener by using visual punya stimuli. Dan kita naikkan soalan terakhir daripada FB listener kita. With the theory of keep it simple, why do people need a complex design? Is it for marketing purpose?
Most probably that can answer some system requirement or engineering need to make the product function. Okay, it's not about the design that the successful product can be launched. Some about the system itself. Then is the technologies are ready to implement such product, or is that system applicable to be launched, to be used, to be commercialized. So some product is complex because it's not easy to make the product function. So product design engineering sit in the middle of it. So it's quite a challenge to balance both. But when the output of product design engineering are given in much students, so hopefully they can have some balance, that we can come out a better and good design of product for a better user needs. All right, is that answer the questions?
Yeah, I hope so that our listeners will listen to the answer. All right, we also have some comments here from our design Sifu in Malaysia, Prof. Stephen Fu.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are glad you're here.
Prof
You
is
are
here.
here, Prof.
Thank
Prof.
you for
Stephen.
coming.
This is the seafood in the product design world.
Yeah.
To answer the question.
Seafood dari mana kita semua.
Yeah, but Professor Stephen not throwing a question for you. He said that it wasn't a question, just a designer's perspective on product design. So maybe our Prof. Stephen, if you are still here, you can.
Hi there.
Yeah, hi there.
Hi everyone. Yeah, how you doing?
I noticed.
No. I'm just
How are you doing, Prof?
I'm okay, right. Yeah, I'm just an ordinary. Yeah. No, I'm just kind of like sharing the thought of from the different point of view. Of course, your perspective is more towards to the engineering. So there's a reason. There's a lot of things what you say, right? It's very towards the area. Of course, industry design, product design is very hybrid. It's between engineering and design. So a lot of people, they have a different way how they so-called brand this context. Some people brand it towards to the engineering. Some people brand it towards to the more design, design practice. So there's a reason. There's a lot of argument about this, whether actually who is bigger than which one, which is when you talk about product design and industry design. So I actually have indicated that from designer point of view, product design is just about creating solution. Industry design is about taking those solutions through the manufacturing to the end user. So which is if you look at this in the layman context, if you look at the scale, industry design actually is bigger than product design. So which is industry design embed entire product design practice. But product design is part of the many product design become one industry design. This is from the designer point of view. So there's a reason. I'm not saying that which is from what you have presented, which is wrong. It's just a perception different. So which is fine. It's fine. It's nothing wrong. Which is this is how which is certain places, right? When the practice in so-called product design development, product design engineering is quite different because the way how the perception. So it's nothing wrong. So I'm not saying anybody wrong here. So it's just about the sharing.
Yeah, Prof.
So if you look at the picture I sent, right, you will click on that. This is how, if you look at the picture of what is product design, this is the one of the things I share with students, probably I share with you, which I have uploaded here, so you can take a look at. So this is usually, when you mention about form follow function, right, that was actually, it was a so-called aphorism from the Bauhaus movement. If you know what is Bauhaus school is during the Second World War, there are the group of people who making art and technology become appealing to the masses, which is they call the design today. So in fact, right, there's a international how they get into the product design and industry design practices. Usually, is aligning with what the Bauhaus school which is doing. Of course, if you come to the certain places, especially come to Asia Pacific region, and they has been so-called evolved and slightly changed. So of course, these changes is based upon of the probably is the many reasons. Can be economic issue, or probably even political issue as well, in order to shape the entire practice into a different way. So what I'm sharing here, this is how international, usually how the international practice across whatever you, which is a goal, right? Usually this is the so-called a kind of like a format. Can I say this as a format? I don't think this is a format. What I mean is it's more like how people understand industry design and product design. But again, there's always the argument, you know, until today, it's still an argument. So it's very nice to hear from you how the way you see product design. So that's the reason I share here with everybody how I see it about what I've been gone through for many years. And yeah, and also I have a question for you actually. This is the thing is quite so-called has been in my mind for quite a few years, but until today I still couldn't find out actually what is the best economic design practice, which is especially for specific people. So do you have any idea any which is any economic studies, any economic design rules for specific persons? Because a lot of people neglect the specific people.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. So I'm not sure about any studies or any design rules for that. Because until today, I'm still thinking about it. What is the actual way to do this for this minority? But yeah, I'm not sure whether you have this solution or probably you have any suggestion.
From my experience, even a general assessment on this design for all of human factors cannot fit everyone, right? So in designing product, we looking at the anthropometry size and for body dimension is quite challenging, because we have a different like I touched in my previous slide. There's a problem in selecting what kind of size to be used for this product, and what kind of solution of human factor, which anthropometry dimension shall be used. So that's quite a challenging for designing a product, because we are consuming with cost, time, and labor cost. So there's no such designing for specific person unless you design for yourself lah, right? So kalau kita sebut tentang produk yang akan dikomersialkan, I don't see any assessment. Until today, I haven't found any assessment. It's just a statistical, cumulative statistical analysis on average size that can be counted on certain population. But for specific one person, still no assessment is being implied. So I think that is a very good research gap. Might be we can collaborate to find some on how to cater on that issue. Can it be done, Prof?
Yeah, sure. I believe so. And again, I don't see this is only for one person, because specific people is a community. Because I believe there is a group of people out there. It's not only in this country. I think in anywhere else in the world also you get this group of people. So of course there's no answer for today, definitely. I'm just was wondering whether you have any suggestion for that, because this has been in my mind for a long time. But anyway, thanks for that. Thanks for your sharing. Thank you so much.
Can find a way, Prof.
Yeah. A very good question you throw to us, Prof. Stephen. Yeah. All right. Actually, we have more rising hands. Okay. Kita ada seorang lagi very deceitful one. Prof. Halimatun. Yes, most welcome here. Long time no see you, Prof. Halimatun. Yes. Maybe you want to throw some hard questions, or you want to share with us, please. Prof? Prof. Halimatun, are you here?
So we go for Helmi. Prof,
Okay.
oh,
Okay. Prof Animator, are you mute ke? Atau tak? Tertekan. Alright. So kita
Helmi is ready.
yeah.
Helmi is ready. So Helmi.
Dr. Helmi, yeah, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat hari ya. Right. Interesting topic hari ni. Just to throw a few things lah. So saya mengajar ergonomic product design di UiTM. So if you look into current product nowadays, kalau kita tengok banyak produk-produk yang bila dia buat marketing dia, they claim that it is ergonomically designed. Recently saya beli satu hardware. So sekarang ni banyak hardware di Malaysia ni dia banyak jual barang made from China. So kalau and then I bought this one berus for bathroom, something like that. Kalau you perasan Scotch Brite, brand Scotch Brite, so there's satu berus yang pemegang tu. Empat segi, the same thing yang mana saya jumpa kat hardware, much more cheaper, the same look, color je lain, Scotch Brite warna hijau, yang tu warna merah, tapi dekat label tu dia claim ergonomically design. Right. So just to throw a few thoughts, adakah this is a new way of marketing strategy for manufacturers to market their product, right? And how far that product is betul-betul ergonomically designed lah, in terms of product design. Okay, itu saja. Terima kasih.
Alright, menarik, Dr. Helmi. Recently ada baca Carl T. Ulrich punya buku terbaru, dia punya journal, if I'm not mistaken, he is finding out, pointing how to access ergonomics. Actually, is that product is ergonomics or not? All right, so it's quite an issue. Somehow it's product design specification. I'm not sure, but the term is PDAS. The assessment method is PDAS or PDES somehow. That is the latest method on assessing ergonomics toward the user satisfaction. I'm not having the journal in this computer because it's not in another computer. All right, so I think the paper has been published in this 2020, last year. So that is some measurement method to identify whether the product is ergonomics or not. And upon of the manufacturers using the ergonomics as for marketing usage, it's beyond of our control to stop them for that. But yes, you can see ergonomics rising on promoting products nowadays. Ergonomics bag, ergonomic chairs, but somehow there is some product is not so-called ergonomics, and there's issues in that also. All right, so I don't think that a good trend in promoting without a good ergonomic solution. Right, is that answering the question? Right, tadi kita nampak Prof Halimatun dah dah buka speaker dah.
Yeah, Prof, are you there? Prof Halimatun cakap dia tak boleh access the mic, but maybe now she can access the mic, Prof.
Oh, apa? Prof boleh chat je, kita baca.
No. Okay, tak apalah. There's no rezeki Prof to hear your voice.
Thank you, Prof, for coming for the session.
Yeah, thank you for the our participants and listeners also. Now we are sebenarnya kan Madam Nora, kita dah bersiaran lebih kurang 1 jam 20 minit dah. So bila kita nak ikan lagi beberapa soalan daripada chat room kita.
IEA product cycle. No, I don't find any product cycles from IEA, but that is embedded models from user interface application. So
Oh no, it's about IEA framework yang ada cognitive ergonomics, is that? Cognitive ergonomics, the physical ergonomics, and also the organizational ergonomics. That is the framework coming from. No. So which one is that?
no, this one, right? You are referring this one, Prof? Tak naik pula. Nampak tak? Is it this one? Prof? Is it this framework are you referring to? Prof jawab no.
No.
No, if you are if you're talking about this, no, this one is of embedded.
It has several layers.
No, this one is upon my research model. I found it is embedded in another in other model of human interaction.
From user requirements to evaluation. So mention. Which slide is this?
This one.
Ini I think no the
user requirements. This one.
From user requirements yang mungkin yang piramid punya kot. Yang piramid.
Ni.
One needs to input ego info at every level.
No. I think I doesn't embedded any IEA 5 level.
Is it yang ada arrow? This one?
Is it? Oh.
Nampaknya kita kena buat live talk lagi sekali. After this.
Saya tak cakap tentang IEA.
Oh, okay. Sebenarnya memang tak ada di dalam presentation Nora.
So, Prof minta kita next week. Thank you, Prof. So we learned something. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much. That is the benefit when we have our expertise and also called Sifu in ergonomics. So they will advise us what we are missing in our topic. So sebenarnya dia akan jadi satu lagi kerja untuk kita ke udara lagi selepas ini to explain what are the 5 fundamental of ergonomics or the 5 layers of ergonomics according to the IEA. Thank you very much, Prof. Hadimatun, for the sharing. All right. So I think that's all for today. Until then, we will come back after this with another panel and another fresh talk about ergonomics and the application or the fundamental that we can use in our life. So thank you very much, the audience from this Zoom platform and also from the questions from the FB and the listeners from the FB also. Until then, terima kasih juga Madam Nora, terima kasih Dr. Hajar kerana menguruskan dan actively participate in kita punya talk hari ini. So terima kasih, kita jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum, selamat. Bye.
Terima kasih.